Yes, Hickok 45, your internet shooting companion, quiet internet shooting companion, coming to you from the dreary hills of Tennessee. Yeah, I'm afraid so today. The home of many of the Paul Harrell fans, right, that still watch the videos. So kudos to everybody that has enjoyed Paul Harrell through the years, right, including myself. So yeah, here I am shooting quietly again with a different firearm, the Banish 30 Gold on it, but it's a BCM pistol. Does this look like a pistol for you new shooters? Maybe not, but it is because it qualifies as a pistol. A lot of people think that's pretty funny, but that don't know firearms, don't think about the regulations and the official definitions of a rifle, pistol, shotgun, all those sorts of things, any other weapon, whatever. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. For new people, new shooters, there is a classification of what a rifle is and when it becomes a pistol and what you're allowed to do without paperwork in terms of cutting down a barrel, having a shorter barrel, shorter stock, no stock, and all those sorts of things. So this is a pistol, has a 9-inch barrel. Yeah, the suppressor is what makes it a little bit longer, a little bit, right? So yeah, here we are. I'm glad you're here. I'm on the main range. You notice that it's been raining all day, and it's a pretty nice day weather-wise. Otherwise, in terms of in terms of temperature. And so yeah, this really is probably the best day. Here we are midweek, and so let's just get out my firearm and shoot it some and bring the camera out. But it just did stop raining, and I just have a couple hours before it's too dark or less. And it's just a soppy mess over there, even though it drains pretty well, because where range 2 is the same hillside, but the Gun Club range is on kind of the top of the hill there where we shoot from, so it drains pretty well. But right after the rain, it's pretty messy. Why bother? I got a range here. I have the luxury of 2 or 3 ranges. Pretty nice, huh? And I thought I'd get this out and enjoy that. And speaking of the Banish 30 Gold, we appreciate Silencer Central for their support of the channel. You've seen the Banish line, all through our videos, and you'll see more of those. They're pretty cool. We have some you haven't seen yet, I think. But and then of course Buzz Gun Shop, titan in the industry, man, and they're close as your computer screen, right? Or phone, I suppose, right? I tend to use my laptop for everything, so I think in terms of my laptop, my computer, more so than my phone. Nothing against phones. I use it for a lot of things. Oh wow! But as far as generally, like answering email, writing emails, working on the web, surfing the web, that kind of, I'd say surfing like, I have anything to do, I think I'll surf the web. It has that connotation, but in terms of that, I use a laptop. I can type, and texting is a little slower for me. I'm not, I text a lot, but I'd rather type it if it's going to be very long. I use a laptop a lot. Where everything is, like I said. Also appreciate SDI. Speaking of the laptop, the Sonoran Desert Institute, lots of good learning. Yeah, lots of good education available there. So check them out. Drone technology, firearms technology, you name it. You can even get on the road to gunsmith them. Sure can. We appreciate their support through the years. Great outfit. So, what do I have here? Well, like I said, I've got a BCM pistol. Bravo Company Manufacturing, BCM. Yeah. Yeah, the more I learn about them, the more impressed I am. Again, obviously we have no connections with any gun companies, but I just bought this. Okay, I had a confession. You knew about my trip to Chattanooga. I made the mistake. I forgot the name of the gun shop, but I stopped into a gun shop, as I do, kind of a trip. I always hit the gun shops, and and I'll be darned, the first gun shop I dropped in on, and let me find it. It was in Chattanooga, and it was on Hickson Road, Hickson Pike in Hickson, and yeah, Shooter Supply. That's what it was. Shooter Supply, an indoor range, and I stopped in there, and a nice shop, and I was just looking around. I'll often pick up a magazine or a box of ammo and that kind of thing when I just drop in from out of town, go to shops and just say hi to folks. But I got in the back of my mind, I've had the idea that maybe I would need an AR pistol that I don't really have in 300 Blackout. Yeah, I've become more enamored with 300 Blackout in recent, I don't know, months, I guess. The more I read about it, the more I see about it, the ammo that's out there, the testing that's been done, the firearms that are available. It's not necessarily just a niche cartridge, anymore. Really, it's pretty nice cartridge, and I won't go into all that today. It shines in a shorter barrel. It retains its where it burns most of the powder in a shorter distance in a barrel. All that kind of thing is more efficient in that regard. It's not a 308, or 30-06 or anything, but it is very comparable to a 7.62 by 39. Or what else, 30-30, and in supersonic ammo. And there's some great ammo choices available for it. Wow. And really good, the newest bullet technology. And then, of course, in subsonic configurations, there's now much better bullets for those than I realized, that are designed to expand, peel back at low velocity, subsonic velocities, 200, 220 grains, 190, and so you can get the suppression, the pretty quiet muzzle sounds, right, report, and still get a fairly effective round, at least as effective as a 220, 30 grain 45 ACP. And in fact, from what I've read, people who do a lot of testing with this sort of thing, that you actually get better terminal ballistics out of a 300 Blackout, similar weight, bullet, than you would a 45 ACP of similar weight and foot-pounds, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's a nice round. There is no round. It's the do-all round, of course. And I don't want to get into the bullet religion, cartridge religion. We do deal with that occasionally, usually I'll try to dispel some myths or to make fun of it, right? Because a bullet is a bullet. And nobody I know, no animal I know, has evolved to the point where bullets of any size, no matter how small, seem not to affect them. Okay. Obviously there's better ammo for the job, and cartridges and sizes and velocities and all that, but it's pretty nice. Anyway, this is the 300 Blackout. It's a BCM, it's a pistol, and I just saw it hanging on the wall there, saw several and got to looking at them, and I thought, what's that? Oh, that's a BCM. What's this? A quad rail? Or is it 2005 or whatever the year? And I don't know, those guys, they were saying, yeah, they're kind of making a comeback. And I've always kind of liked the quad rail. Maybe it's my large hand. I like the thin ones as well, streamlined. I can't decide which. It's kind of like a Colt single action. I like a 7.5 inch barrel. I also really like a 4 3/4 inch barrel. Is it okay to like them both? Is it okay to like blondes and redheads? So that's kind of the way it is. But it's pretty cool. yeah. So I've come to appreciate the 300 Blackout more, and I've come to appreciate BCM more. Like I say, there's lots of great gun companies. Again, I have no connection. So that's what I've got, and I thought I'd bring it out and shoot it. It's a pistol, pistol brace on it, and it seems to work all right. These are some 200, 220 grain ammo I'm shooting here, mostly a subsonic. I've got a little bit of supersonic ammo here left in our magazine, I think. Yeah, you'll be able to tell the difference, right? And I don't know. Let me also thank Alabama Holster for their support of the channel. Great little Kydex holster company. They make the most wonderful little pocket holsters and belt holsters and purse holsters and just everything. Phone holsters. I've got mine. No, I don't. It's lying on the table. But I've got my phone holster on as well. What else I want to tell you about? Anything? I don't know. Yeah, I hope you saw the Slamfire tribute. Speaking of firearms, Slamfire. It's such a good old boy, and boy, I can tell there's so many of our subscribers and viewers that like animals and like cats and dogs and have lost them. So many people. I didn't reply to too many, but just so many people have gone through the same thing so many times and understand how tough it is, I just miss the old guy to be lying up there watching me right now. We're down here walking around, we're on the table, as you saw, occasionally. And just everywhere I go, I miss the guy, just to look out the window, come outside, and he's not there. Just anywhere, he's just always there. So, one thing I didn't talk about was the thing that made it so hard was, he's such a fluffy old boy and everything. And you seen him, his last minutes were kind of an anguish, and that was a tough part to vet. Watching him go away wasn't calm like it is with most cases like that. And I put golden retrievers down the same way I had to, and you sit with them and they quietly go to sleep and they're gone. He just had some anguish there, the last looks and everything. It just made it harder. I couldn't get that. I still can't get it out of my head, never will. But he was a good boy, and he wasn't in any kind of anguish for very long at all. It was mainly couldn't breathe, well, that kind of thing. But yeah, he was a great old boy. So, and most of you understand, no doubt about it. So, can I shoot something else? All right. We're actually set up for a regular video. We got kind of rained out here. I'll shoot a couple of these targets. I'll save some of them for tomorrow when we get back at it. Yeah. Also, I saw some of you up at Bud's yesterday, right? Good to see you, meet you. Let's take a couple of shots. We were up in Lexington yesterday. All right. I don't know what to shoot. What do I want to shoot? How about a bowling pin right here close? Let's see if it thuds. Yeah. Well, that hits pretty hard. Maybe that's supersonic in that mag? I don't know. What have I got in there? I don't think so. Trying to shoot the things I don't have to go over and set up in the rain or mud. You notice that, right? You could tell. That's what I was up to. Okay. There we go. Yeah, getting that thing sighted in. All right. How about another pin? Yep, watch them swing. Nice. How you like my range? I had to rebuild it. The other one was just falling down. It was falling down. And I spent a couple of days rebuilding that in such a way that I could maintain all the same targets. I don't think you've seen it yet, maybe. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. Boom. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Gonna get that one. Yeah, this is a pistol. I ain't lying. It's a pistol. Uh, so any rifle that has a barrel shorter than 16 inches, it needs to be in either a pistol like this or a short-barreled rifle, which requires paperwork, right? So if you don't have a real stock, quote unquote, and you have a short barrel like this, it qualifies as a pistol. And we'll go into that too deeply today. So, yeah, Bravo Company Manufacturing, pretty neat. Banish 30 gold. I like this little rig. Is this weird? Why would I like this? I don't know. Even without the suppressor, actually, especially maybe without the suppressor, because guess what? It's about that long, without the suppressor. Covered the wrong part. It's just a handy little AR. It just is, and it's 30 caliber, and you can shoot pretty powerful ammo in it, or you can shoot slower ammo in it, and it's just pretty versatile. Part of it is I like larger bullets. It's just that simple. I can't get excited about the 5.7. I can't get excited really about 5.56 that much, although it's such a universal round that it's just the go-to standby, right? But I like this 300 Blackout, and you're talking about the range on these things, where most people contend 300 Blackout is good. Again, supersonic mainly, but subsonic too, but out to 100, 150, 200, maybe 300 yards with supersonic ammo, but certainly with supersonic ammo out to 200 yards, maybe further. When am I going to be shooting further than even 100 yards, really, messing around 200 yards? And it depends on what part of the country you're in, as well. And plus you're not going to be hunting probably with a pistol, 300 Blackout. You could in a pinch, but people get pretty hung up on distance, probably unnecessarily, don't you think? I do. Now I've got a couple of rounds. Where is it? No, this is supersonic. I'm almost sure this is some really old ammo. Let's see if it shoots. I'm going to put my ears on because I don't think it's going to be all that quiet at all. At all. You will be able to tell the difference. Let's put that. Didn't seem as loud. Oh yeah, I had my ears in. You didn't though, did you? So John's waiting. Well, that's all right. He was driving away. He was afraid to drive away and make noise. So I gotta give these young people some advice before I let you go. Right. My advice is try to reduce your screen time. I think that's a worthy goal for all of us, really. Reduce the screen time, because we all can get really outraged so easily, or upset easily, excited about things that don't deserve our excitement, don't deserve our outrage, all that. We get triggered too easily. All of us can get triggered to a certain extent. Some people get triggered over everything, right? Anything. They're looking to be triggered. But even if you're not that sort of person who gets triggered easily, and is not looking to be triggered, it affects us more than we think. Try to get out there as much as you can amongst real people and the real world. You'll probably find yourself less bothered by little things, less stressed, right? Unless you hang out with a bunch of idiots, then it might be worse, right? So you just never know. It just depends on your environment, doesn't it? But yeah, we need less screen time. We really do. And of course, I use the screens myself. It's pretty handy, right? Especially if you have a YouTube channel. So I got one of these are Lancer mags. This is a little 10 rounder. I kind of like those. I don't know what I am deciding that I really like Lancer mags for some reason. I mean, the P mags are kind of the standard and they're great. But I don't know, lately I don't know, with 300 Blackout and 5.56, the ones I've been buying lately, I seem to just get the Lancer. Well, I got the wrong ones, the 10 round mags I told you about, was it last week? So dumb of me. All right, these are subsonic, I believe. Let's shoot a few more, or two. Got to make sure this thing works. I've not shot it much. Really haven't. Let's shoot the drum here. Can y'all see the burn barrel? I didn't even hit that. And it works. Pretty neat. So yeah, I like my little pistol. I sort of, I'm not into naming firearms. Was kind of, I got my paperwork in the stock for the suppressor. I'm too old to go to jail. I keep my paperwork handy. I thought, maybe I don't name guns. I think there's some jokes around the internet, have been for a long time, about people who give their guns names. You kind of worry about them sometimes. Unless it's Davy Crockett and it's Old Betsy or something like that. But I don't name guns. I was thinking about just naming this one Slam Fire. I bought this just a few days after he passed away. Maybe I should have engraved on there Slam Fire. Okay. Except if I did that, it might start slam firing on me, right? Yeah, you never know. So, but anyway, it's a pistol, and you didn't know that. And what I have on it is the primary arms. Prism scope. I have several of those, and that's what I've been using. And they work okay until I get to trying to shoot something really precise. Sometimes I have a little difficulty even seeing the reticle. Well, I can see the reticle okay. Like I said before, with that crescent over it and the dots, I don't know, it tends to sometimes obscure the target I'm trying to hit sometimes. But by and large, it worked pretty well. So, I don't know, you guys have AR pistols? I've not really been a big fan of them. John has a Mark 18, I guess, we've done a video with. I thought that's cool. Anything that you can shoot and handle well and shoot distance, up close, reasonably well with a small package, it just has an attraction to it. Just like the Glock 27, Glock 26, small pistols I've talked about for years, how there is such an attraction to a firearm that you can handle well and shoot well that is small. Yeah, duh. The whole reason for a handgun, it's more convenient, right? So, for example, you can take a Glock 26, or a Glock 43X and shoot it really as well as a Glock 19 or Glock 17, for example. And we could go through any SIG or any lineup to kind of do the same comparison. If you can shoot that little gun as well, why carry the big gun? You got almost the same capacity or the same capacity. There's a real attraction to that. Yeah, it really is. And if you got a little AR, envision it without the suppressor, and it's this long, and you can hit just about anything at reasonable distances that you could with a full-size AR, and have the convenience of the size. That's attractive. It really is. I generally speaking, if someone told me you got to spend the rest of your life every day shooting a rifle, you get to choose between an AR or an old 45-70 Sharps or something like that. Well, I'm going to pick a classic rifle. I'm going to pick a Sharps rifle or something like that, or a lever gun, if I can just have one to fire and enjoy and all that kind of things. I just think those are more fun to shoot in a lot of ways, and I like the feel and the history and all that kind of thing. But I also like these, and the practicality of it, the function of it, kind of like a Glock thing that drew me to polymer pistols before it did most people, was strictly the functionality. Something drew me to a Volvo in 1981. It's the functionality. It didn't matter to me that it was boxy and ugly. It was the way it was built and the way it functioned. Okay, now it really did turn to have more mechanical issues than I would have expected for a Volvo. But that's what I find attractive. Function almost over form, but I like both. So, yep, BCM. Tim from the Military Arms Channel ruined me. He sent us a BCM, right? Yeah, yeah, still have it. And then it has worked flawlessly. And in my research since then, I have come to realize what a great job they do with the mil spec side of it. Man, nobody surpasses that. And so that's been in my head. So when I saw these, and they had 5 or 6 different ones hanging on the wall. I looked at all of them, and I was really, I think I'm going to walk out of here with one of these. Not steal it. I'm going to buy one of these. And I'd almost settled on one. I said, "What's that one on the top up there?" And looked. Oh, it's a BCM. I was like, "Yeah, okay. Let me see that." So I looked at it, and yeah, quad rail and all. I think I like that. So these things aren't cheap, but it's. I figure it'll last me a lifetime. That's what I figure. Yeah, I would expect, wouldn't you? I mean, I probably just got less than 70 years left, so I think this thing will last that long. So, which reminds me, someone, and I'll let you all go, but somebody on a comment this week said, I sure missed the Model 29 50th anniversary video. Won't you put that back up? And what? It's not up? And I got to searching around and couldn't find it. And some of you have seen that. This is the 50th year anniversary for my Model 29 I bought in 1974. And many of you know that gun quite well because I bring it out to the point where I bore you to death, right? And sure enough, it's not up there. And okay. And all I can figure, it was a really crazy time back in whenever that was, June, July, when we got word that we were going to be losing a lot of videos if we didn't get a lot of the .coms and stuff out of them and all this, and we were really, new terms of service, and so we had to decide whether we were going to even try, which we were not, to go back through 2,000 videos or 1,000. And then we had the videos that were up since, what was the date, the official date, June the 18th or something. Anything after that, they were going to give us a grace period, before that, and not shut down the channel if they found a bunch of them. But anything after that, it would be strikes, and they could shut us down. After June 18th, I think was the date, and all this kind of thing. So man, we had some things taken down. Total probably 15 or 20 videos this year. And then we took down some of those since June 18th because those were going to cause strikes and maybe shut down. So we took everything down for like the last month or two, whatever it was, and said we'll just fix them and put them back up or whatever. And then we had videos that we had done that were not live yet, but they were posted. They were uploaded, but they weren't live yet. And we had some that we had already recorded that were in the bank, but not posted yet, not even uploaded yet. So you got about 5 different categories of videos, and then you had that time difference. So anyway, and then of course we went about fixing the immediate issues first, the ones that we just put up or were planning to put up, and and some we just never did put up or whatever. And I've got a few we haven't done anything to yet, but I'm going to, and then we'll put them up maybe. It might be a random woods walk or something, or a close-up video, just different things. Well, in the blur of all that and the mess, I remember that video and being sorry that it had a problem too. And I can't even remember now whether they took it down or we just took it down knowing it would be causing us big trouble or what. But I thought it would fix it and put it back up. That's what I thought. I don't know. So anyway, maybe we did and they took it down. But it's not up there. And so, this week I found the original, and I edited out the felonious parts. For my friends in Kentucky and relatives, that means felony, YouTube felony, okay? And so I've got it uploaded again, and we'll make it live here one day. Maybe today, maybe yesterday, maybe I did it this week. Yeah, I was thinking about doing it because I'm here before Sunday. I don't know, this week or next week. You'll see that, okay? Anyways, such is life online. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's 2024. I mean, that's got to be up in 2024, right? 50th anniversary. Wouldn't it be a little weird if 50 years from now somebody's scrolling through our videos and, and they see this 50th anniversary, and they see that, oh, you bought this gun in 74. Well, that's interesting. Well, he posted it in 2026. The dummy couldn't do math, could he? Yeah. So we got to get it up. All right, so I'm going to let you go. Now, how is that for a contrast? Speaking of my beloved Model 29, blue and steel, that beautiful firearm, am I the same guy that really relishes and thoroughly enjoys and has enjoyed that revolver for 50 years? Hand-loaded those good old heavy cast bullets for it so many times and loaded them up and everything. Am I the same guy that actually likes this contraption? Yeah, I am. Kind of weird, schizophrenic, I guess. I've always been that way. Always been that way. So, yeah. Anyway, the old pistol is pretty cool. An AR pistol. I remember the first time I think we did a video on an AR pistol. I think it didn't have a very good brace on it, maybe, or no brace, and I probably said things like, "Who in the world would want one of these?" And it is true to an extent. If some of the early ones or some of the pistols that don't have anything back there, it's not even a buffer tube or anything. It's just from here to here, and it's like, okay. I mean, if you can imagine this thing, and that's all you've got, and even if you wanted to shoulder it, you couldn't. What in the world? So you just have to hold it out and shoot it like that with no brakes or anything. And I've always said, give me a Glock 17 or a SIG P320, over this. The only advantage is maybe a little capacity. It'd be like trying to shoot a brick. Give me a good old regular handgun. If I can't kind of give us some support on my shoulder, which we couldn't for a while, remember? And for those who don't know, now that's perfectly fine to shoulder a brace on a pistol, okay? And who knows, that could change somewhere down the line. But I think not in the short term. Yep. So anyway, I'm glad y'all came by. There were probably some other lies to tell you that you didn't want to hear. Probably don't want to hear a lot of what I say. So, by the way, speaking of that, don't forget the Hickok 45 Talks channel and the Hickok 45 Clips channel, because I'll get over here and do a little more talking, maybe today, about something. Who knows? Something to really bore you. Yeah. So, I again appreciate all the thoughts and prayers, about Slamfire. Yeah, he was just a cat. He was just a cat. There are a lot of people who are sick, and a lot of people we lose, right? Yeah. But we miss our animals because they're with us constantly, and you've been through it. And any room you walk into, you're looking for them. You walk outside, maybe you're looking for them. All those places they were, looking in the window, or just whatever, and get them water and food here, and there's hardly a step I take that oh man, Slamfire's not there. He's usually right there, So most of you got it, and I appreciate you, your comments, and obviously many of you have had the same exact experiences, And we keep doing it though, don't we? How many people have said, okay, that's the last cat for me, that's the last dog, that's the end of that, it's too much pain, because you know where it's going, but we get back on the horse and we do it. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, and really do appreciate your support. Don't forget the other channels and the people that support us, Ballastall, gun fun targets, Talon grips, just everybody. So we appreciate you supporting them. Life is good.